Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video, a very different kind of video this time around. A little bit over a month ago now at this point, because time is just flying, I ended up doing my video for my 3 years here on YouTube. And I mentioned in that video that I wanted to do some various different kind of fun videos for you guys here on the channel to celebrate 3 years on the channel, and also to just kind of bring something a little bit different to the channel. One of those was a reaction to my very first video, which I did shortly after that last video that I was just referring to, the one where I did the whole 3-year celebration video. But I also mentioned that I wanted to do a reaction to my very first review, as well as a video where I give a shout out to everybody who has featured here on the channel within the 3 years that I've been here on YouTube. Now, I did include some of the more recent ones that I've dropped since I actually did that 3-year video as well. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna shout out every single individual YouTuber and individual who has social media and all that jazz that has been on my channel, and give them a shout out. I'll put like an image of their channel right here beside me, and yeah, it's just gonna be a chance to kind of talk about what we've done here on the channel, give these guys and girls a shout out, and yeah, I'm really excited for the future of the channel. I will be completely and utterly honest that yeah, it took me a while to get ready for this video because I knew it was gonna take me a while to prepare all the notes for it, and it did. And after doing all the notes for this, I can very much say all of us who have been here on my channel, we've talked a lot of shit, and we've talked about a lot of random things here on this channel and a lot of crazy random movies. It's just insane to see how many videos I've done with so many of you here on the channel. Now, I assume that this video is going to do better with those of you who have been here on the channel, so I want to just say a big thank you, first of all, to everybody who's watching this who was not on the channel. If you're just a viewer and you've been a fan of all of our channels or some of our channels and you've been along for the ride, it's been so great to be able to have you guys react to these various videos that we put together all together, which is super awesome. That's what I love about this whole YouTube community, is the ability to do things all together. But yeah, big thanks to all of you guys who have been in these videos. I'm super grateful to have gotten to know so many amazing people here on YouTube that love talking about movies, and even if we like the same things, if we don't like the same things, it still leads into having a great time. And ultimately, I'm always really excited to do videos with people and just be able to be a part of this YouTube community. So yeah, I'm kind of chilling today. I feel like I'm a little scatterbrained, so if I do make a lot of mistakes, sorry. This is probably going to be a little bit more laid back than my usual videos that I do here on the channel, specifically for movie reviews. But yeah, let's get into this. There's so many people that have been here on the channel. There are so many movies and things that we've covered here on the channel. I was originally going to say what each video had in terms of views, but I don't really feel like doing that. But what I will do is I will highlight the biggest viewed video out of all the videos that me and that individual person have done together. So I figured that would be a cool way to be able to see like which video performed the best that we've done together, as well as just being able to celebrate all the various videos that we have done together. So I figured I'd start with the very first person who featured here on the channel, one of my closest friends in real life before even starting YouTube, and that is my buddy Robbie from his channel, The Big Rob Theory. The very first ever collab I did here on my channel was in person, and it was for Transformers. We're gonna get to Transformers and all those other things in a second, but one thing I do want to mention is I am gonna be going through the list in timeline order. So this won't necessarily be the order that we actually did these collabs, but it'll be the order in which these films actually came out in real life, because that's the way I kind of had it laid out in my playlist called Videos Featuring Other YouTubers. If you guys have never checked out that playlist before, go check it out. It features every single video that we're going to be talking about here today. And yeah, so The Big Rob Theory, George of the Jungle, 1997. We talked about the very first George of the Jungle, and wow, that was a lot of fun to go back and revisit. What a really goofy, weird movie. I originally did it over on Interpreting the Stars channel, who has been on this channel quite a bit as well. We're going to be hearing a lot about him in a little bit. But yeah, me and Rob decided to revisit this movie, and yeah, I think it was something that we were nostalgic for, but it's not an amazing movie looking back, but it made for a fun video. And that is actually our most viewed video that we've ever done together at 245 views. So starting off there with our most viewed video. Then we also did George of the Jungle 2, which is not great. Then Transformers, as I mentioned, was our very first collab that we did together for the very first Transformers film that we're both a big fan of. We've also done Revenge of the Fallen, which is the sequel to Transformers, and we're going going to continue to do the Transformers movies here on the channel. Been a little bit slow about that, but it will continue on. But yeah, we did Revenge of the Fallen, which was a lot of fun, and it was actually the first ever audio only review that I ever did here on the channel, which is something I want to do a lot more of, but unfortunately they're not really performing as nice as I'd like them to, which is understandable on a platform that's mainly about video. But I do watch a lot of channels that do audio only kind of stuff, and they do thrive, so I'm hoping that at some point one of those audio only videos will actually do fairly well on the channel. Then we also did Thor: The Dark World, we did Man of Steel, we did Godzilla 2014, we did La La Land, we did The Last Jedi with Trav Tries, which was a lot of fun. It was just three guys completely loving over The Last Jedi and giving it a lot of praise, you know, giving it criticisms when we needed to, but ultimately talking about a film that gets a lot of crap that we thoroughly enjoy. Beyond that, we also talked about Bumblebee, which was a lot of fun to talk about. Probably our lowest viewed video, which is unfortunate, is the also audio only season 1 review that we did for The Witcher. Can't wait for season 2 to come out. I probably will do that in a more traditional format when it comes to reviews. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to talk with Rob about, and ultimately I'm really happy with how that video turned out. I also had Rob on for my WandaVision live stream, which was a lot of fun. He joined me for the Bad Batch episode 4 review, as well as Loki episode 2 review, and then he also joined me for Wrath of Man that we went to go see on my birthday this past year, which, you know, was a pretty, you know, decent machismo heavy film, but it wasn't anything really crazy. I also had Rob join me for What If, which was a lot of fun to talk about, the latest Marvel animated series, which was a lot of fun to talk about here on the channel with him. And then we had a lot of fun talking about a pretty weird movie that we just saw just a couple of months ago called Lamb, coming out of A24. If you guys have not seen that collab that we did together, it was pretty funny. And then to change it up outside of movie reviews, I've done other kinds of weird fun videos with Rob, one of them being the Hollywood Studios vlog that we did together, which was the first ever vlog that we ever did together on the channel, and I think it may have been the actual first video that I ever posted that had Rob featured in it. So that was a lot of fun. Then we have the 3 Florida SuperCon videos from a few years ago, which is just crazy to think of how much time has passed, but what a great set of days. If you guys have never seen those videos, they're just so fun and goofy. It's just great to be able to have those memories in a video format to be able to look back on, even though it's just crazy to think of how much time has passed. So we did 3 of those together, which was a lot of fun. He also joined me for 3 videos where we talked about our old band Sentenced to Life and talked about various songs on our album that we released back in the day, or our EP specifically. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. He also joined me for an Answering Your Questions video. This was years ago at this point, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, we did a video where we just talked about various things that the fans had questions about. Then there was another video where I just compiled a bunch of music covers that we had done, whether it was full covers or portions of covers that we had on like Facebook and other places. I literally just screen recorded them and uploaded them all as one compiled thing here on YouTube. You know, it's not a video that got a lot of attention, but it was an interesting video to upload, and I'm just kind of happy it's here on the channel. Then I had Rob on for my second ever Random Rambling, which is a series I'm looking to bring back. So if you guys have enjoyed the Random Ramblings in the past, I will be bringing that series back soon enough. But yeah, it's the live stream podcast discussion kind of thing that I do here on the channel, and Rob was my second guest on that, and so that was a lot of fun. And then I had Rob on for 2 more vlogs, and that is the SeaWorld vlog where I went through the shark exhibit, which is something that is very terrifying to me because I have a huge phobia of sharks. And then I also had Rob in a Galaxy's Edge video where we took him once again to Hollywood Studios years later to take him to the newest Star Wars section at Hollywood Studios called Galaxy's Edge, and that was a lot of fun. So those are all the videos I've had the big Rob theory on. Robbie, love having that guy on my channel. We live together. He's had me over on his channel for a few videos, but yeah, super cool to look back at just all the videos we've done together. It's so many memories that have been created and encapsulated, and that's kind of how I feel about all these videos we're going to talk about with everybody here. Really quickly, before we move on to everybody else, I do want to say that everybody I talk about will be down below in the description box. You can find the name to their channel, and the link will be right there beside their name. So please go give all these channels some love. If it seems like there's somebody that you're interested in, if there's somebody that you've seen before but maybe you haven't subscribed to them before, please go check out their channel, go give them some love. And yeah, we started off with the big Rob theory. And also, before we hop into the next person, I do want to kind of give a message from somebody else, my buddy Darnell from Rejected Heroes Media, who actually wanted to be a part of this video in the more traditional sense of what I'm doing, where I was going to give everybody a shout out, but he wasn't able to do the collab with me that we have planned just yet. So instead, he sent me a video just to celebrate my 3 years. So let's hear from Darnell for just one moment.
What is going on, YouTube subscribers? Everybody, hope you having a great weekend. Video, my bro Anthony, man, I had to get this out to you, bro, because I had to celebrate 3 years of YouTube with you, bro. Yeah, it's such a huge compliment. I just want to celebrate with you and get this video out to you, man, because you definitely deserve it. You have definitely been instrumental in a lot of us small YouTubers and upcoming YouTubers journey to success, thanks to your community. Your channel has just been amazing. The content you put out, I remember the first time you commented on one of my videos. I can't remember what it was because it's like fucking 8:30 in the morning. I just remember you commented and I was like, I'll comment back, and then I reached out to you and it's just been amazing ever since. So bro, just congratulations again on 3 years of YouTube. And let me just say real quick to you, Anthony, just remember that you are amazing and you should always believe in yourself and never give up, because like I said, I've been talking to you nonstop about just pushing through the dark times and the darkness and the despair where you just feel like just YouTube shit just ain't for me, but you just push through it, bro. And this shows that you have a lot of people that support you, a lot of people that enjoy your content, and just remember why you did YouTube in the first place: to build a community, to build bridges. So once again, bro, happy 3-year anniversary. Congratulations on 3 years of YouTube, but I can't wait for you to go further, higher, faster, baby. This video for you, bro. Thank you for letting me do this with you. Thank you for letting me just be a part of your life and your YouTube journey. I can't wait to see you go further, fire. Let me get back to bed. Love you, brother, and just remember, happy 3-year anniversary, bro. You got this. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Darnell for, just sending me that video. I really appreciate the kind words, my friend, and I really look forward to the friendship that we're continuing to build. We do have plans for collabs in the future, so he won't be referenced in this, but I figured I'd feature him in this way since he sent me that video and he had a lot of nice things to say. But in the future, you guys will see him appear here on the channel as we do begin to do more collab reviews together, as I have done with everybody else. So again, a big thanks to him, and let's move on to our next person, Rashadji Reviews. So Rashad, without a doubt, is one of the people that I've done the most collabs with here on the channel, without a doubt. And we have so much more planned. I mean, so much more. It's not stopping anytime soon. So let's go through everything that Rashad and I have done together here on my channel in the 3 years that I've had YouTube. So going back all the way to 1984, we first did... I just hit the camera. That's nice. Going back to 1984, we have Friday the 13th 4, the final chapter, which, yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. We also had Q Reviews on for that video, which was, again, a lot of fun. We've covered a lot of slashers together, Q Reviews, Rashad, and myself. The three of us, just in general, you're going to hear a lot of slasher titles when it comes to their names. But yeah, it's been so much fun doing that. Beyond that, we did Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984. We did Friday the 13th 6, Jason Lives. We did Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. We did Freddy's Dead, the worst Freddy Krueger film of all of them. We did Brink, which was an interesting Disney Channel original movie to make Rashad watch. Then we did Halloween Town and the Halloween Town series all together. But yeah, it was hilarious to see Rashad's reactions to these movies. Putting him through the Disney Channel movies for me has been some of my favorite things to do with Rashad here on the channel, because he's going to give a genuine review. He's going to give his genuine take on the film. And I know that these films are not up his alley. I know what his taste is a little bit more like at this point. So I know when I send him a movie that he's probably going to enjoy. Now, there have been some that surprised me, but then there are times like this where I sent him something like Halloween Town or Brink, knowing that this is not going to be up his alley and he's just going to give me a really funny review. So Halloween Town. Then we go on to one of my favorite Disney animated films of all time from 1999 called Tarzan, which is just a phenomenal film, and I was super happy to send that to Rashad for him to check out, and he actually really thoroughly enjoyed it. So that was a lot of fun. Then we have another Disney Channel original movie, and that is Up, Up and Away, about a black family of superheroes that is weakened by aluminum foil. Yes, that movie exists, and I made Rashad watch it. That was a lot of fun to do, and it's just crazy to think about how much time has passed. That was definitely right in the middle of the pandemic, which is when a lot of these collabs started, and I went balls to the walls with all of these freaking collabs. It's kind of crazy to think about. Then our most viewed video is for Rush Hour 2 with 635 views. I'm kind of surprised at this point we haven't hit 1,000 views with any of our videos, dude, but yeah, I'm happy that it even got that high. I guess I'll take that for what it is. We are smaller channels in the grand scheme of things, things. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Halloween Town 2 from 2001. We did Finding Nemo, which I was so happy to hear that you actually really thoroughly enjoyed that film, from 2003. We did Holes from 2003, and that is a film I love, and I thought that Rashad would really like it. That's one of those really disappointing situations where you send somebody a movie to be in a collab that you really enjoy and you feel like they were going to really like it, but then they didn't like it at all. Rashad was not a fan, and it broke my heart. Sometimes I send movies that I know I like for a very specific reason. Maybe it's nostalgic to me, but I know it's not really good, and so I'm always kind of sending movies like that to certain people for certain reactions, or I just know it's going to lead to some sort of absurd overall feel and vibe. But yeah, when it comes to Holes, I was pretty disappointed to see that that Rashad really didn't like the movie. So yeah, it's a bummer. Moving on, Freddy vs. Jason, that once again also had Q reviews in there. Yeah, that video was a lot of fun to do, and it's just been a lot of fun talking about the slashers with both Rashad and Q reviews. Then we did The Haunted Mansion, the Eddie Murphy Disney film from 2003, which was fun to do. We did Return to Halloween Town, which wrapped up our Halloween Town series, which is easily the worst one in the series. Then we did Dragon Wars, which is just a really terrible big monster movie, a kaiju film, and yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might have been our very first collab on my channel. I think that's the first movie that I gave you, which is kind of crazy to think about. And then to wrap up our slashers for quite some time, yeah, we ended up doing the Nightmare on Elm Street remake from 2010, which you were dreading doing, but was a lot of fun. I really thoroughly enjoyed doing that with you, and yeah, it was just so much fun going through all the Freddy and Jason movies and having Q and Rashad join me throughout the course of that. But we still have plenty more Rashad here on the channel to talk about. He joined me for I Am Number 4, The Avengers, the Lego Movie, Sicario, Mad Max Fury Road, Hacksaw Ridge, A Monster Calls, Moonlight, Finding Dory, the Power Rangers reboot from 2017, Lego Batman Movie, Sicario, Day of the Soldado, The Strangers Pray at Night, Lego Movie 2, Knives Out, the Rise of Skywalker spoiler discussion that we did with Q Reviews, which was a lot of fun, the Snyder Cut spoiler discussion that we did with Blacktastic Media, Q Reviews, and Did You See That? That was a lot of fun as well. The Godzilla vs. Kong spoiler review that we did as well with Did You See That? And Q Reviews, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier spoiler discussion that we did with JJ Lomas, which was a lot of fun. Really thoroughly enjoyed doing that one. We also did the Loki stream with Q Reviews. We talked all about Loki, which was a lot of fun as well. Then this one's not necessarily your traditional collab, but Rashad and I got to actually finally meet in person just a couple of months ago at a screening of Antlers a little bit early. He was there at the very beginning of my video in the intro, and so we spent a good few minutes of the video together, but he wasn't actually there for the review. So, you know, he's featured in the video, but I figured I'd mention it, but it's not necessarily your traditional collab. And then I had him on for my very first random rambling live stream, as well as Mandalorian Season 2 spoiler discussion. We've talked about it a lot, Rashad, and it's been a blast. We're pretty far into this video, so my guess is this is going to be a pretty long video. So if you're watching, I hope you're enjoying, whether you're watching it in pieces or all together, or you just skim through here to hear me talk about you. Either way, thank you so much, everybody, for watching, because yeah, this is going to be a long one. Let's move into somebody else that I've also done a shit ton of collabs with, and that is Blacktastic Media. Let's just go ahead and start getting through these. We went all the way back to 1932 for The Mummy, back to 55 for The Lady and the Tramp, 81's American Werewolf in London, Beaches from 1988, and which actually did pretty well for us. It's almost at 1,000 views. We did Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Menace to Society, House Guest, Jingle All the Way, which is one of my favorite Christmas films of all time, if not my favorite Christmas film. Then I started off the Rush Hour series with him, as well as doing a Disney Channel original movie called The 13th Year, where he gave me a huge laugh, and that video actually got a few hundred views as well, which is pretty awesome. And then we ended up doing The Matrix together, which I will be doing the second and third film before the fourth one comes out, don't you worry. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to do with him as well. Hey guys, so I'm lying here in bed editing this video. This is not really professional at all, but that's kind of the fun of YouTube, I suppose. Yeah, totally forgot to mention one of the most important ones that goes right here in the timeline that Blacktastic and I did, and that was for a film called The Color of Friendship. It's a Disney Channel original film, and yeah, definitely a film that needs to be mentioned in here. I totally forgot to write it down. It was totally by accident, but I figured I would just go ahead and include that in here. Then we jump forward to 2001, where we did Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamps Adventure, as well as Undercover Brother, which is our most viewed video and was our very first collab on the channel, which has now 1,195 views, which is just really awesome. Then we did The Master of Disguise, Sahara, Death Note, and its sequel that came out the same year, Death Note: The Last Name, the two Japanese live-action adaptations of the animated series, or the anime I should say. We also did Couples Retreat, the remake of The Wolfman with Benicio del Toro. We did the remake of Dread with Carl Urban. We did Iron Man 3, The Mummy 2017 with Tom Cruise, the WandaVision live stream. We did the Snyder Cut live stream, and the Random Rambling, which yeah, has been a lot of fun to do. Looking back at all this stuff that we've done together, Blacktastic, it's crazy, and honestly, I know it's not slowing down anytime soon. So thank you for the part that you played in my channel, and I know that your allure, that essence that you have that pulls people in, has definitely helped with my videos gaining a lot of views and a lot of traction. And it's always great to be able to see a lot of your viewers commenting on my videos because they came over from your channel. So thank you for being a part of my journey so far. And yeah, that just goes for everybody here in the video. I'm just hyped on everybody in this video. Moving on, let's go to Palat Productions, who's only been on the channel for 3 different videos, but we have a lot more planned once things can start to kind of roll out a little bit more naturally. We did a review of the first Spider-Man Sam Raimi film from 2002, as well as the sequel from 2004. We were gonna do the third one, but he'd had some stuff happen in his personal life that kind of held that from happening. But I'm in no rush to do those without him, so at some point I will have him here on the channel again to join me for those videos. But yeah, I love doing those 2 Spider-Man movies with him, and he had brought a lot to the discussion around Spider-Man in New York that I really thoroughly enjoyed. And then the first one that we did together that has the most views on the channel is Night at the Museum for 124 views, and yeah, that was the first collab we did together, and I looked forward to having him on a lot more as time goes on. So let's go ahead and dive into my buddy Mike from Did You See That, who's joined me for a lot of videos here on the channel now. Not as many as I'd like for him to have been on, but yeah, we've really connected over the last year, and we talk all the time, and we've really developed a really cool friendship. So it's been a lot of fun doing these films with him. And yeah, you know, going in again timeline order, The Luck of the Irish, had him on for The Luck of the Irish, the Disney Channel original movie, which was a lot of fun. I had him on for Daredevil, the 2003 film with Ben Affleck, which was also a lot of fun, and I believe we both really enjoyed the film for what it is. We weren't really in that club of people who kind of hate the film. Then we went through the Pirates of the Caribbean series, which was a lot of fun because Mike was not a fan of the series. He kind of had a bad taste in his mouth about the series, but he hadn't seen all the installments, and over the course of watching them, I made him a Pirates of the Caribbean fan outside of a couple installments, but overall he was a fan, especially of the first 3, which I am the biggest fan of as well. So yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean we did, which was a lot of fun. We also recently did Napoleon Dynamite from 2004, which is our biggest solo video that we've done together with 106 views, but it is not the video that we have together that has the most views. But as far as our biggest collab that is just the 2 of us in it, yeah, 106 views, that one will be at Napoleon Dynamite. Since we did Daredevil, we decided to also do Elektra, and like I mentioned, Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, Pirates of the Caribbean 4, and then the next one is actually the very first collab that we ever did together, and that is for the film Gravity with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, which was a lot of fun to watch. It was a first time watch for the 2 of us, and made for a really fun video. Beyond that, we also did a Netflix film called The Vanished, which is a little bit forgettable, but it was a cool watch, and it was an interesting film to discuss together. Then we also did the video that actually had the most views that we've done together, which is our Snyder Cut live stream video, where it was me, him, Blacktastic, Rashad, Q, and that one has 129 views. I also had him on for my Godzilla vs. King Kong live stream and the Mortal Kombat spoiler live stream. So yeah, those were a lot of fun to do, and we have a lot more planned for the future. So yeah, look out for Mike and Did You See That on the channel. Thank you, my friend, again for joining me for all those videos. Then I want to knock out a couple channels who have not been here on the channel very much, but I look forward to having them on more in the future. We have the High Heel Night Reviews, who joined me for the Tuxedo along with Cinematic Tendency, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to have him here on the channel. That was our most viewed video, obviously because it's the only one, but it did, you know, pretty well for our small channels with 141 views, and got a lot of nice comments. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to do, and it was cool to be able to do a triple collab, which I haven't done in quite some time leading up to that one. Then we have Willie, Rants, and Reviews, who joined me for one video. We were supposed to do a collab review together, but it just didn't really line up, and he joined me for a live stream for WandaVision alongside Blacktastic Media, as well as the Big Rob Theory and Cinematic Tendency. So that was a lot of fun. Really thoroughly enjoyed that live stream, and yeah, hope to have Willie on the channel more often. Then my buddy Tommy from Cinearts joined me for 2 videos here on the channel, and I do look forward to having him on for way more videos. One of the earliest friends I made here on YouTube. It's kind of a shame we haven't done more collabs, but a really cool laid back movie reviewer. Really thoroughly enjoy him. So we've reviewed 7 Pounds with Will Smith and Rosario Dawson, which was a lot of fun, and that was our most recent one. And the very first one we did was for 2009's 2012 about the end of the world based on the Mayan calendar, and that's our most viewed video with 149 views. Then let's move on to my buddy News to Astonish, who the very first video that we did together was for a SuperCon, Florida SuperCon video, similar to what I was saying earlier with the Big Rob Theory. He was in one of those videos, and that was a lot of fun. That's our most viewed video that we did together with 115 views. And then we also did 2 collab reviews here on the channel for a Disney movie called Sky High, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel film. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to talk those films, and I look forward to having Ronnie from News to Astonish here on the channel more often. Then there's my buddy Jacob Martin, who's just been a lot of fun. I've covered so many things over on his channel, as well as recently the High School Musical films, which I will be doing a different kind of variation video here on the channel soon enough myself. But yeah, so Jacob Martin has joined me for quite a few videos now. We did 7 from 1995, which was our very first collab review that we did together. We also did Don't Look Under the Bed, a Disney Channel original film, as well as another Disney Channel original film called Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, which is our most viewed video with 421 views. We also did a review of Underdog, the Disney film based on the old cartoon. We did a collab review for Yes Man, the Jim Carrey comedy, and we also did a random rambling together, which was a lot of fun to do as well. It's been a lot of fun to do stuff with Jacob, and yeah, it's really cool to like look back on all these videos that I do with all of these people. Then we have another channel that I've only had on once, but that is the Brock Upside, and man, what a cool deep voice this guy has. He's got like the coolest natural deep voice. Really thoroughly enjoyed just hearing him speak on that level alone. But he's also a very passionate movie lover who talks about movies from the heart, and collects a lot of physical media and talks about a lot of really different topics on his channel. So I highly recommend going to check him out. But yeah, we actually talked about the 2004 Punisher with Thomas Jane, and we have been talking about doing Punisher Warzone together, so keep an ear out or an eye out for that. So yeah, big thanks to the Brock Upside for being in the video, and yeah, that was our most viewed video, the Punisher video, with 52 views, obviously because it's the only one, but I hope to have you on the channel a lot more. Then let's move over to Chad Sabren, who joined me for the very first time for the Lady and the Tramp remake, which, you know, in hindsight, I probably would have given to Blacktastic since we covered the Lady and the Tramp films, but it was a lot of fun to hear Chad talk about it. And then our most recent video was for the Carrie remake from 2013, based on the original horror classic. And so, yeah, it's been a lot of fun to have him here on the channel. That was our most viewed video with 81 views. Then we have my buddy Chris, who's a real life friend, a really close friend. I was a groomsman in his wedding just a couple of years ago, who has a channel called Just Accept It, where they play a lot of video games and do a lot of discussions, a lot of fun, gaggy stuff, a very comedy heavy channel. And yeah, we did a random rambling together, which was a lot of fun, a really great discussion. I highly recommend you guys check that out. And then our most viewed video that we did together was actually for his wedding, where I filmed a little vlog at his wedding, and that video now has 198 views, and he's featured pretty heavily in it, obviously. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Go check out Just Accept It. They're not uploading as much content right now, but definitely plan to. I've been talking to him, and he's going to be uploading a lot more content, but a lot of fun stuff already there to check out, especially if you're into gaming and just good funny stories. Then we have my friend Anna, who has a channel called Kaiju Bites, but also a channel that she kind of predominantly focuses on right now called Anna Travels. And yeah, I had her on the channel for one video for Kong Skull Island, as well as Trav Tries. So that was a lot of fun to do all together. And yeah, big thanks to Anna for being a part of that video. I look forward to having you on for more. Then we have my buddy Seek from his channel Seek and Destroy, who was the Venom vlog when we did a collab together at the time, which was for the Mortal Kombat live stream spoiler discussion that I mentioned earlier, that I also did with Did You See That, which was a lot of fun. We got to just talk about Mortal Kombat, our love for it, and maybe not our love for the movie, but our love for the series overall. And yeah, it was really cool to talk to Seek about that. A really great, passionate comic book lover. If you guys have never checked out his channel before, I highly recommend it. And it's a shame we don't have you in more videos. We definitely got to change that very soon. So yeah, big thanks to Seek for being in that live stream. We definitely got to do more videos together, and yeah, that is our most viewed video with 74 views. Then somebody who's not a YouTuber but has a YouTube channel to share his art is my buddy Gianno Joelle, who made the music for the intro of my channel and the outro of my channel, and has been a pivotal part to just my creative process and behind the scenes, and somebody who's been super supportive of me. On top of that, he's an incredibly talented musician, so I had him on for a film score discussion where we talked about the importance of film scores, and we talked about just how important music is to films and how powerful they can be, and that made for a really great discussion. And yeah, obviously that's our most viewed video with 78 views. Then the daddy directed, my buddy John, only had him on for one video, but definitely want to have him on for way more. He went way above and beyond to make a really great review, and I really thoroughly enjoy the amount of passion and energy that he put into just being a part of the collab. I didn't expect him to go all out the way that he did. He literally messaged me being like, hey man, sorry if there's a little bit of delay on the collab. I'm actually ordering something for the collab, which I've never had anybody do, and then ended up making it out to be a really cool video. So that was for Ready Player One, and he went all out. It was a lot of fun, and that video is sitting at 73 views, which is our highest viewed video. So that was a lot of fun to do. A big thanks to Daddy Director for being in the video, and I look forward again to having you on for a lot more, which is something I'm realizing with a lot of people that I've had on the channel that have not been on the channel nearly enough. Then let's go ahead and get into my buddy Interpreting the Stars, which I've been over on his channel on plenty of occasions as well, but he's been here on mine on plenty of occasions. A really talented guy who's been here on YouTube reviewing movies for a long time. His library of content is ginormous, so if you're into movie reviews, you definitely got to be checking out Interpreting the Stars. He's joined me for the original Superfly from 1972, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Small Soldiers, the Disney Channel original film Smart House, Life starring Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence from 1999, 2003's Underworld, which is our most recent one that we just did, which is our lowest viewed video, but understandably so because it is the most recent one. King Kong 2005, the Peter Jackson film. We also did The Skeleton Key together, When a Stranger Calls, which is our second most viewed video with 1,077 views, and then our most viewed video is Awake with Hayden Christensen and Jessica Alba from 2007 that has 1,464 views. Beyond that, we ended up doing the Underworld Rise of the Lycans prequel. We did Friday the 13th, the remake. We also did Rubber from 2010, which is a very bizarre film about a killer tire. We also did Ex Machina, which was a lot of fun from 2014, and then we did a random rambling together. So yeah, it's safe to say that Interpreting the Stars and I have done plenty together, and I look forward to a lot more that we have planned. Then we have my buddy Ryan from Worst Reviews, who's only been on the channel twice, but yeah, definitely enjoy having him here on the channel and definitely want to have him on the channel a lot more. We did Phantom of the Megaplex from 2002. We also did it with a few other guys that we're going to hear about in just a moment. But yeah, that is our most viewed video that we did together with 161 views, as well as Sing Street, which we did from 2016, which didn't really do well for the channel, unfortunately, but it was a lot of fun to talk about it with Ryan. So yeah, Worst Reviews, definitely check them out. Then let's go ahead and talk about Trav Tries, one of the earliest friends I made here on YouTube, one of the coolest guys that I know, and honestly just a really inspirational guy because he's given me so much advice on how to tackle YouTube and YouTube discouragement and all that kind of stuff because he's been in the game probably the longest out of anybody that's in our little circle. So yeah, a lot of respect for Trav. Our most viewed video is the first collab that we did together, which was for Heavyweights from 1995, which has 555 views. We also did Small Soldiers, Phantom of the Megaplex, School of Rock, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Wreck-It Ralph, Godzilla 2014, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Kong Skull Island, The War for the Planet of the Apes, The Last Jedi, which was a lot of fun, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and we did a random rambling together. So yeah, I think that's safe to say that Trav and I have definitely talked about a lot of things, but yeah, it's been so much fun getting to know Trav and having him here on the channel, and yeah, I really thoroughly enjoy all those videos and the process of making those, and I'm grateful that you played a role in those. Then let's talk about somebody who's been here on the channel, but quite frankly, I have not heard from since we did this collab, which kind of makes this a little bit weird, but I just gotta be honest. Mega Nerd Squad, I had them on for Truman Show. It was supposed to be a few of them, but it ended up just being one of them. And yeah, we did Truman Show. The video got 44 views, didn't really do great. Again, I haven't heard from Mega Nerd Squad since, don't know where they are. But yeah, that was a collab on the channel. If you guys care to check them out, there you go. Then I had Terry Talks Movies here on the channel, which was a lot of fun. We've talked about things like 1980s Motel Hell, which is now our most viewed video. It's our most recent collab as well, with 112 views. We also did John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2, which was also a lot of fun. So yeah, Terry's channel has blown up. He talks about a lot of classic cinema. I highly recommend going to check him out, and I highly recommend checking out everybody here. It's so hard to say that over and over again because everybody here deserves all the support in the world. Then we have my buddy Cinematic Tendency, who's just a lot of fun to have in every video. He always has these jokes throughout the course of the video that make me laugh, and I just really enjoy the way that he approaches talking about movies. I had him on for the 7th Friday the 13th, The New Blood, as well as The Tuxedo, which is our most viewed video with 141 views. We also did Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, which is a Disney Channel original film, and then we did the Nicolas Cage film Next from 2007, as well as a WandaVision live stream, kind of just doing a big spoiler discussion about the first season. Then we have Movies That Matter with The Viking, who has just gone on to branch onto so many different channels now, and he's just such a great, really talented guy. My buddy Sean, I've only had him on for 3 videos, but definitely want to have him on for a lot more. And those 3 videos are Captain America The Winter Soldier from 2014, 2015's Krampus, the Christmas horror classic at this point for me, and our random rambling that we did together, which was our most viewed video with 95 views. Then we have JJ Lomas Entertainment, who's joined me for a few videos here on the channel, and it's always fun to talk to him about movies. Yeah, we did The Greasy Strangler, which is the only solo collab that we've done together here on the channel, which is at 48 views. Didn't get a whole lot, but that was so much fun to talk about with him. We also did the Falcon and the Winter Soldier spoiler discussion, as well as our random rambling, which is our most viewed video with 82 views. And then we did a Mandalorian Season 2 review. Definitely gotta have JJ on for a lot more videos here on the channel. Justin is such a really cool guy, and I really thoroughly enjoyed getting to know him, but definitely got to have him on here for a lot more collab reviews. Then let's talk about one of my earliest friends here on YouTube as well, which is just so crazy to look back on all these great friends I made, and that is my buddy Q Reviews. We've talked about things like Friday the 13th 4, Friday the 13th 6, The Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Friday the 13th 8, Freddy's Dead, Freddy vs. Jason. Yeah, there was a lot of slashers in the earlier part of us collabing together. We did the Avengers, then we also did the Snyder Cut live stream discussion, as well as the Godzilla vs. Kong live stream discussion, the Loki Season 1 live stream discussion, and I had him on for a random rambling, with our most viewed video being the Snyder Cut that we did together, the Snyder Cut live stream. And in terms of videos that we did, were just collabs between him and I that had the most views. That would be for Friday the 13th 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, 65 views as the solo collab where it's just him and I. But love Q Reviews. He's such a funny, awesome, really great reviewer, and he's also been a really great friend. So yeah, if you guys have not checked out his channel already, go do so. And he actually just got to be in a badass, cool Friday the 13th fan film called Roseblood, that kind of plays as a sequel to the 7th film, as well as stars people from the film. So please check out Q Reviews. Then we have Entertainment Fanatic Reviews, my buddy Esley, who's joined me for films like Jason Goes to Hell, which is our most viewed video at 70 views, as well as The Revenant with 47 views. A really cool guy who has a lot of great content over on his channel, loves horror, and does a lot of physical media videos. So if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely check him out. Then we have Alex Madden, who's only been on the channel twice, but I definitely look forward to having him on a lot more. And we talked about Maleficent from 2014 and Age of Ultron from 2015, which is our most viewed video at 64 views. Then let's talk about my friend Stephanie from her channel I'll Buy the Popcorn, who's actually going to be joining me for a review roundup soon, my very first collab review on a review roundup, where we're going to talk about both Sister Act films. So I'm looking forward to talking about those with her here on the channel. But yeah, so far we've had her on the channel for Edward Scissorhands, Jackie Brown, as well as The Scream Team, a Disney Channel original film, which is our most viewed video at 232 views, and The Hitman's Bodyguard, not The Hitman's Wife Bodyguard, but the first one, which was a lot of fun to talk about. Definitely check her channel out. And then the last person to talk about here on the channel is Benny Wan Kenobi, who eventually would change his name to Benny Wan Strikes Back after he ended up losing his channel. So we kind of had different phases where I was calling him Kenobi and phases where I was calling him Strikes Back. But yeah, Benny is the last person to talk about, if I'm not mistaken. If I forgot anybody, please, I would feel terrible, but comment down below and call me out on it. I think I wrote down absolutely everybody who's been on the channel and everything they've been in. So let's finish up with Benny. We did Fright Night, the original from 1985. We did Brink from 1998, the Disney Channel original film, which is our most viewed video at 384 views. We did The Phantom of the Megaplex, Paycheck, House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, Ghost Rider, The Expendables 2, Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance, Expendables 3, we did The Autopsy of Jane Doe, and we did the last film in the Firefly Rob Zombie trilogy with 3 from Hell. So yeah, we covered a few series in there in that little bit of time, and we have a lot more planned for the future. I was going to have him on one very soon, but he decided to take a little break from YouTube, understandably so. This can be very taxing and very tiring. And after doing this, I can promise you that as I continue to do more collabs, as I'm looking here to make sure I did not forget anybody to mention, I really hope I didn't, because this is already 48 minutes unedited. What I can say genuinely is I've had so much fun doing this, but I probably will never do this again because this is just too much work. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching if you made it this far into the video. And to everybody that I gave a shout out to today, you definitely deserve it. Your channels are super awesome. It's been such a great time having all of you guys be a part of my channel's history. At the end of the day, there are so many videos here on the channel that have done well, that have you in them, you know? And so it's so awesome to think about the role that you play and maybe helping somebody click that subscribe button on my channel, or just being entertained by a video on my channel. So I'm super grateful to all the great friends I've made here on YouTube. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you for being a part of these videos. And in the description box will be the link to every single one of these channels that I just mentioned. Please go give them some love. Let them know I sent you, and I'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Bye-bye.